Welcome to Break Free to Brilliance podcast, where heart-centered entrepreneurs, visionaries, and the everyday heroes in your backyard are helping the world break free to live life more purposefully, one story at a time. I am Seema Giri, your host, an award-winning author, entrepreneur, and holistic lifestyle strategist. Today's show is sponsored by Uplift Media. For strategies on how to break free to your brilliance and get your free gift, 10 ways to live a dynamic life, visit seemagiri.com. Welcome to Break Free to Brilliance podcast, where heart-centered entrepreneurs, visionaries, and the everyday heroes in your backyard are helping the world break free to live life more purposefully, one story at a time. I am Seema Giri, your host, an award-winning author, entrepreneur, and holistic lifestyle strategist. Today's show is sponsored by Uplift Media. Visit seemagiri.com for strategies on how to break free to your brilliance and get your free gift, 10 ways to live a dynamic life. Welcome to Break Free to Brilliance podcast. We're so happy to be here with you again today. And today we have a very special guest, Khadija Maaref from the UK. Before we get started with this wonderful interview, we're going to do a quick grounding meditation so we can be here in the present and in the now. So if you could just take a minute and close your eyes and take in a few deep cleansing breaths. And exhale. And as you exhale, take in another deep breath. And as you do your next exhale, just exhale any worry, concerns, anything from your day, and just let it go. Take in another deep breath. And just tune into your body and see if there's any tension, any slight pain or discomfort in any part of your body. And just breathe into that area. Another inhale and breathe one more to that spot. Exhale, and we'll do another body scan to make sure there's no discomfort or tension anywhere else. If you do, just take in a deep breath and send your breath over there. Bring the awareness of that particular spot and let it go. Now bring your awareness to your heart. You might even put your hand over your heart to feel it and think of a happy moment. It could be anything from today, yesterday, or any point in your life. And relive that moment as if you're living it for the very first time. Feel the joy, the happiness, the bliss, the people that you were with, the smell, or even the taste of the meal or drink you were having with them at that time. And just take that in. Now bring your awareness to your crown chakra, which is on top of your head. And think of a second happy moment. It could be any time period of your life. And relive that moment as if you're living it for the very first time. Feel the joy, the bliss, the happiness, the smile, the laughter, the smell and the taste of what you were having that day. Maybe even the smell in the air. Travel back into time and relive it as if you're living it for the very first time. And just take that in. Just breathe in that peace, joy, and the unity you felt with everyone. And I believe we all come here together for a reason. So just open up your heart and your mind to the infinite possibilities of what you might receive here today. Maybe it's for you, or maybe it's for someone you know, someone you care about. And then for me and for Khadija, our guest speaker, let's tune in and open ourselves to what might our audience need to hear from us today. And with the next breath in, we will be completely here in the present, in the now. And with the next breath in, you can open your eyes with a great big smile. Welcome,
Thank,
Khadija. It's so great to have you here today.
thank you, Seema, and thanks for having me today. And it was really a pleasure having this meditation before we start and talking to the audience.
Great. Well, I'm going to give a formal introduction of Khadija Maaref. Khadija is a Moroccan-British best-selling author, certified consultant in self-confidence, motivational speaker, and the host of the show Author and Me. She is a strong woman, full of energy, dedication, and inspiration, who is trying to spread her inspirational speeches as a message of hope and peace around the world. Khadija wrote her book to empower each woman who struggle to fit within the new society which feels the need to clarify issues and solutions. Khadija, that's such an accomplishment that you have so far already. Can you tell us? Let's start with what you felt when we did the meditation. What was called upon your heart?
To be honest, it was really good. I feel all the stress that I had all the week, work, family, whatever, that stress, it's all gone now. And I felt really fresh and my heart is open to anything. I feel really alive.
Great,
I,
wonderful.
I
And
need
that's
to
the
start
whole
meditate.
intention. Khadija, can you tell us the name of your book?
Yes, the book is called Muslim Women in Western Society.
Muslim Women in Western Society. That's
Yeah.
such a great title. And what is the book about?
Okay, the book is, to be honest, is divided into chapters. The first one is about my experience when I came from Morocco, the transition coming from Morocco and living abroad. So it wasn't easy living into a new culture, new language, different, different, a lot of differentiation between Morocco and UK or any European country. So I spoke in the beginning about my experience, diversity and inclusion in Europe. Then the second part of the book is more inspirational and motivational, where I'm talking about, where I'm giving motivation to women who struggle to fit within the society when they came from their back homes, so they couldn't achieve their goals, or they just they live a stressful life because they couldn't break that fear and try go out and live their real life.
Mm. I can totally understand where you're coming from over there because I've lived in three different countries, and
Yeah,
adjusting in three different countries is not easy, especially when you don't know the language and you don't know the ways. I mean, although I was a child, and they say it's easier for children to get acclimated, but at the same time, there's so many things that you just don't know as adults know. So moving as an adult, I can understand it's even more difficult because
and
then we have so much more uh, judgment and fears put in ourselves,
that's the
right?
problem, yeah, because people, when you move to other country, even even the same country, they speak the same language, but still different country. People, they judge you because, for example, coming from other country, you don't know anything, or they're better than you. They
Hmm.
judging the book by its cover. They don't give you chance to express yourself, to talk about yourself sometimes. And the awful things, to be honest, that I experienced it, that at work I have degrees that's my coworker doesn't have, but because they're they're purely English, or they're coming from other European countries, they think they are better than me or than the same colleague that they're coming from abroad, which is totally wrong.
I totally agree. Yeah, they definitely judge a book by its cover, and that can become really difficult because they're losing out on so much talent too. It's a loss
Oh,
for them. They don't realize
I
if you.
know. Yeah, totally agree. And the things as well, the second things is I work hard, much harder than them, so I can prove the point that I'm not like this.
Yes.
If, for example, if they work just 8 hours, I have to work 16 hours, because when I back home, I need to work even harder to prove that I can do this. I can be able to lead a team. I can be able to manage work here. So it's you fighting for your presence. You fighting for yourself to be that the acceptance of others.
And that is exhausting.
Is very tiring. It's very time consuming, and you feel that you really is very stressful. You start losing yourself because you try to please others, which is very, very wrong.
Exactly. So how did you come out of that?
Like I said previously, it wasn't easy. It's because the point when the point where I found myself that I'm losing myself just to please others, when I went to Malta for a holiday. And this is people, they keep looking at me, what she's doing here in the beach or a hotel, having my coffee, lying down, reading my book by the swimming pool. It's just people, they giving you the look that you shouldn't be here because I'm wearing a scarf, or you covering your scarf, you wearing a scarf, you covering your brain. They think really different and some weird things. This is took so much from me. I was just crying every day for no reason. And I had really my husband, who supported me through this as well, who spoke to me. He said, "You never, you shouldn't be letting people controlling your life,
Mm.
because I'm trying just to anything to make them happy, or to feel that they accept me within their groups or whatever at work. You know," he said, "You need to take lead of your life and do something about it." And this is where it hits me, because I really let them to control my life and feel like I'm their slave, instead of being myself and live my life like I want to be. And then I work really hard on myself and stand up, and thanks God, I reach out to where I am now.
That's wonderful. And there's a saying that what other people think of you is none of your business.
Yeah,
It's none of
totally
your
agree.
business what they think of you. So you can just do what you are meant to do and move on with it. But what steps did you take to work on yourself and get out of that mindset and really just focus on you and what you wanted to do?
First thing, I just changed my habits. I start reading motivational books.
Hmm.
I start listening to videos, motivational videos, get into some seminars and workshop from, for Les Brown, Tony Robbins, those inspiring people, Mel Robbins as well. So I've been really involved in this kind of motivation message. And then took few courses in self-confidence. So I know where things sometimes how do I call it? The just words went out for my brain now. But when somebody said something, so I shouldn't took it hard on myself. I how to switch my mindset from negativity to positivity. So I start working myself, educate myself. This is the way that I walk myself from down till up.
Wonderful. Um, did you find when you were going to these Western motivational speakers and taking their workshops, did you find any clashes between um, the Moroccan beliefs and the Western beliefs, or did you feel that they kind of assimilated together well?
To be honest, because those kind of workshop and seminars, they weren't anything to do with religion, faith, anything connected with faith, which is the good things, because they respected it, because there is a lot of people from different countries and beliefs. So there is no faith involved, which is a good thing. So I took whatever is positive from there to work on myself, and which is aligned with my culture
Mhm.
and my beliefs.
Wonderful, wonderful. That is the way to do it. And there's so many wonderful things that you can take out and match with your culture.
Exactly, yes. So we pick and choose.
Yeah, that's great. So you speak primarily to Muslim women in Western countries. Is it just UK or any Western country?
Actually, it's any. I started with UK because this is where I live now. However, I am now more. I'm getting into European countries, France, Belgium, Germany. So I'm getting more. I haven't started. I got one client from US, and other one from Canada. But I'm trying to get globally, more globally.
Okay. So do you work one-on-one with them or do you have a workshop?
I'm working one with them. Why? Because each client is different. They have different circumstances, different situation. So I cannot apply the same rule to everyone. That's why I prefer to take one on one from now. But however, moving forward, when it's getting really busier, I need to have a workshop.
So what was that pivotal moment or your defining moment where you decided, I've been able to overcome this and now I want to help other people?
To be honest, when I took those steps that I spoke about, previous working hard on myself by studying, by visiting seminars and workshop, or listening to videos and podcasts, I've seen the results myself. I've seen change in my lifestyle with my family at work. I've been promoted easily. Then and been really not just easily. It was a spike in my career at work. Then I said, okay, if this is work for me, and I know that there is a lot of Muslim women having the same things, it must work for others. It might be tweaked differently because they're not having the same situation, but I believe in myself that I'm sure it will work. And this is what I'm doing. I start contacting my friends or family friend as well who lives abroad. So yeah, one by one, and I started with them free coaching. I started with them free coaching, and I can see the difference. And they came to me saying, "Thank you. This has changed my life." Then this is when I said, "Okay, I need to start doing something about it."
Oh, wonderful. Great. So how can people reach you? How can the Muslim women from around the world reach you?
They can just go to my website www.khadijamaref.com, where they can where they can book a 15-minute consultation. This is free from my end, where I can just chat with them and see how we can take it from there and work with them.
Khadija, Khadija, do you see a, a similarity? I'm going to start that again. Khadija, do you see a similarity between Muslim women and non-Muslim women with the challenges that they go through?
Yes, I do. To be honest, what I'm talking about now for Muslim women, it doesn't mean it's just for Muslim women. It's for each woman who left her back home and tried to find a new life in a new country. This is the same thing. They're having the same struggle within the language, within the at work, diversity and inclusion at work, outside work. They have the same problem and challenges to live abroad. So it's not limited to Muslim women. It's for each woman who trying to fit within a new society.
What do you think the top three challenges are?
The top three challenges, as far as I know, is language. They struggled with language. Even they said they had courses at, they went to private school and had to learn the language. But when you arrived to the country, it's different things. Language, confidence. They always feel that they're not part of this country,
Mhm.
and this is their own issue. Even sometimes external factors they help them to believe in this. And the third thing is they just trust. They don't find they cannot find somebody else who can trust and they can help them to to fit within that society.
Interesting. So when you're working with someone, when someone comes to the country, it takes at least a year or two to fully get acclimated. But when they work with you, does that time period reduce, or it still takes the same amount of time, but it's they know what steps to take and it's more enjoyable process?
To be honest, I believe, from my experience, I believe it take them less because I already worked from my experience and others' experience. I already collaborated things that what they need to do whenever they first came to the country. So the process take much less longer than what they can do if they work for themselves by themselves.
And that's the beauty of having a coach.
Exactly.
Many
Yes.
people think, oh, we'll get through it, we'll do somehow. But I believe time is the one thing that you can never get back. You can get everything else back, but time is one thing you can never get back. So maximize your time, hire a coach, someone like you to get acclimated to the new country, to their new home in a faster way, so then everything else can pick up and they can start enjoying their life a lot more.
Totally agree with you, Sima, because some people they think they're clever enough. They're saying, "No, I don't need any support. I can do it myself." Of course, you can do it yourself, but if you do it yourself, it will take you, for example, a year. If you hire in a coach or a consultant, it might take you 6 months. So you have an extra 6 months to to do something else for your life or for
Yeah.
your family. So yeah, it's important to have coach, to have support, to have mentors, to have consultants around you.
Khadija, what do you think your biggest learning is?
My biggest learning is to try to be yourself and please yourself. Don't try to please others because you just suffer and you lose yourself.
I think that is such an important point. And when I worked on myself like that, and I started doing exactly what you said, I felt that everything else just fell into place, and everyone else was just as happy as me, and everyone else was just as productive. The whole the whole feeling and energy around was so much lighter and happier, and because I was being the best version of myself, so naturally everyone else was happier and things got along well.
Exactly, because if we when we pretend to be others or we want to copy others' personality, we just killing our ourselves personally, and then we just looking so fake, and we suffering. We giving negative energy, even we don't realize, but we giving negative energy to others. They soak the negative energy, so they give us the same things.
Yes, yes. So it's really important. What I'm hearing you say, it's really important to embrace your uniqueness, your your cultural attire, your accent, your skin color. When you embrace that yourself, then everyone else will embrace it too.
Exactly, because it's everything starts from inside us. When we accept ourselves the way we are, the whole world will accept us.
Oh, beautiful. What do you have any special message for women, just women across the world today?
Well, the same message that I just said, I should just be yourself. Always, this is the message that I'm putting across all my social media. Always be yourself. Don't try to pretend to be someone else. Be yourself. You are beautiful the way you are. You are beautiful the way you talk. You are beautiful the way you're from the culture you came from. When you be yourself, you feel really a big vibe in your life. You feel a big energy in your life, which can be exchanged easily to success.
I think that's perfectly said. You be yourself because all other roles are taken already except yours.
Exactly. That's the best one.
Right? And you can be the best one yourself. And that's the best thing. All other roles are taken except yours. You're given this role and play it to perfection, because you I believe we all have come into this world with a unique gifts to serve with that unique gift and to be that guiding light, that lighthouse. And it's needed. That's why you're here with those talents. And when we hide that, we're actually doing a big disservice. to everyone.
Yeah, totally agree with you. Totally.
Well, Khadija, it was so wonderful having you here today. I learned so much, and I totally feel the challenges that people feel because I've moved around to 3 different countries, so it's been interesting. It's been a great learning experience, and it also shows your strengths that you have. Sometimes through this, we learn new talents and new strengths that we may not have realized before, which is to your advantage.
Yeah, totally agree. Because from the weakness that you're suffering from, a lot of magical things born, and you absorb or you gain new skills, new personality. Even you're still the same, but you just unveil the true personality that you are, that you never discover on yourself.
Yes, yes. So be the guiding light, the lighthouse, and shine your brilliance. Thank you, Khadija. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you too, and hope that the audience enjoy this this episode with us today. And I'm totally open to any woman who wants help and assistance through the moment that she's transitioning from her back home to a new country. Thank you, Seema.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, Khadija is a great resource for women moving from different countries, especially Muslim women. So do make use of her knowledge and her skills in helping you get acclimated faster into your new country, your new home. Thank you all for joining us today. And until next time, this is Seema Giri. Thank you for joining us for this interview. I hope you've gained some insights and or tips that you can implement right away. For more interviews like this, please visit us at seemagiri.com or visit our YouTube channel, Break Free to Brilliance with Seema Giri. Until next time, have a great day.